Alors, bonjour et bienvenue à la session Découvrir les ressources Pearson. Je suis très heureuse d'être ici avec vous cet après-midi pour parler de mon réseau Ma Vie 1 et 2 et EcoPro 3. Que ce soit votre première exploration de ces ressources ou que vous ayez déjà travaillé ces ressources avec vos élèves, on espère que cette session vous aidera à mieux naviguer les deux plateformes et à découvrir comment les intégrer à votre programme de français de base. Tout petit rappel, si vous avez oublié comment d'accéder aux deux ressources de Pearson, je vous invite à communiquer avec Lakshmi Subramaniam, c'est mon assistante, pour lui demander vos identifiants. Sachez qu'on va enregistrer la séance pour que les enseignants puissent y accéder plus tard sur notre chaîne YouTube et l'enregistrement, c'est déjà actif. Donc, ceci dit, c'est parti. Commençons avec la reconnaissance territoriale.
The land upon which we work, live, and sustain ourselves is the ancestral and treaty lands of the Michizagig Anishinaabe, also known today as the Mississaugas of the Credit, the rightful caretakers and title holders of this land. We also recognize the rich pre-contact history and relationships which include the Anishinaabe and the Ongwe-Hongwe.
Since European contact, this land continues to be home to Indigenous and non-Indigenous peoples. As responsible community members, we value the diversity, dignity, and worth of all people.
Colonialism displaced and dispossessed Indigenous peoples of their ancestral land
and continues to deny their basic human rights, dignities, and freedoms.
We are committed to learning true history to reconcile, make reparations, and fulfill our treaty obligations to the original peoples and our collective responsibilities to the lands, water, animals, and each other for future generations.
Alors, c'est dans l'esprit de vérité et de réconciliation qu'on rend hommage au peuple et aux terres des Mississaugas de la Première Nation de la Crédit, ainsi qu'à l'ensemble des Premières Nations, des Métis et des Inuits. Le conseil scolaire de Peel est sur le territoire visé par les traités numéro 19, numéro 13A et le numéro 14. Alors, pour ceux et celles qui ne me connaissent pas, je suis Erin Coulson et je suis une des deux coachs pédagogiques responsables du français langue additionnelle ici au conseil scolaire de Peel. Avec moi aujourd'hui, j'ai ma collègue et Marianne, un petit mot d'introduction.
Allô, bonjour, je suis ravie d'être ici et apprendre à propos des ressources à Pearson. Merci beaucoup.
Merci, Marianne. Et donc, avant d'aller plus loin, permettez-moi de vous présenter le plan stratégique pluriannuel de Peel et d'établir quelques liens entre ce plan et la session d'apprentissage aujourd'hui. So the PDSB's multi-year strategic plan offers, as you can see, a visionary roadmap for the board, focusing on inclusion, innovation, and empowerment to promote student success. Today's session aligns with Goal 1, over here on the left, student achievement, in that it emphasizes building student agency and confidence in French language learning, as well as developing the skills and knowledge that students need to access multiple academic and career pathways. So as you engage in tonight's learning about Mon Réseau Ma Vie and EcoPro, we invite you to reflect on how you might leverage these two resources from Pearson in order to build communicative competence and confidence, as well as to provide authentic and meaningful opportunities for students to use French in the classroom and see themselves as capable, confident language users. Et donc, voici les buts d'apprentissage. Je vous invite à les lire avec moi. Donc, d'ici la fin de la séance, on espère comprendre comment EcoPro 3 et mon réseau Ma Vie 1 et 2 soutiennent la production orale et l'interaction orale. On va explorer différentes façons d'utiliser les ressources de Pearson afin de créer des occasions authentiques de prise de parole dans la salle de classe qui sont ancrées dans le CECR et dans une perspective actionnelle. Alors, avant d'entrer dans les ressources, je vous invite à prendre un moment pour réfléchir à votre propre réalité en salle de classe. Ici, j'ai 3 graphiques qui viennent du site Transforming FSL. J'aimerais savoir lequel des 3 graphiques ressemble le plus au temps que vos élèves en français de base passent à écouter, à parler, à lire et à écrire en français. Est-ce que votre classe ressemble au graphique 1, au graphique 2 ou au graphique 3? S'il vous plaît, déposez le numéro qui correspond à votre réalité dans la boîte de clavardage. Et Marion, j'aurais besoin de ton aide au cas où il y a des chiffres dans le chat.
Nous avons un 1.
Mhm.
Un autre 1.
OK. Super.
Fantastique.
OK. On verra s'il y a d'autres chiffres qui s'en viennent, mais c'est intéressant parce qu'on voit ici le temps suggéré pour chaque volet selon le niveau du CECR et on voit que ça change selon le niveau de l'élève. Et donc, dans le contexte scolaire ici au conseil de Peel, souvent on voit des élèves qui sont des débutants, soit au niveau pré-A1 ou A1. Et ça signifie que pour la plupart de nos élèves-là, vraiment, on veut travailler l'oral. L'oral doit être priorisé. Oui, la lecture et l'écriture jouent un rôle important, mais c'est un rôle de soutien à la communication et non un point de départ. Donc, on vous invite à garder cette réflexion en tête durant la présentation, surtout quand on se met à parler de comment les ressources de Pearson soutiennent davantage le développement des compétences langagières. Et ici, Marion, je vais te demander encore un peu d'aide si tu peux déposer le lien aux roues du CECR. Le lien se trouve dans Speaker's Notes pour les diapos. Et si on revient au CECR, là, vous voyez clairement à quoi ressemble l'interaction orale à chaque niveau. Et on voit que les descripteurs « je peux » nous aident vraiment à clarifier ce que les élèves sont réellement capables de faire en français selon leur niveau de confiance. Et donc, on parle vraiment d'actes de parole simples et ancrés dans le quotidien. Arrivons maintenant à EcoPro et à Mon réseau Ma Vie. Les ressources qu'on va vous présenter cet après-midi permettent de passer des descripteurs du CECR, qu'on voit ici, à des actes de parole concrets. Ces énoncés « je peux »,« I can » sont exactement les actes de parole que les élèves sont appelés à pratiquer et que vous allez voir dans les 2 ressources. Et donc, avant de passer la parole à mon animatrice, j'aimerais sonder une deuxième et dernière fois. Et ma question, c'est la suivante. À quel point connaissez-vous déjà EcoPro et Mon réseau Ma Vie? Donc, déposez une binette dans la boîte de clavardage, peut-être un pouce ou un grand sourire si vous connaissez déjà bien les ressources ou autre pour partager votre degré de familiarité avec les 2 plateformes. Et Marion, dis-moi ce que tu vois, si on a du monde qui connaît déjà assez bien les ressources ou pas.
Pas de problème. Je suis hâte de voir les lunettes. Nous avons pas d'expérience
OK?
et aussi pas d'expérience. Alors, ça va être
OK.
une belle session de découvrir.
Voilà, des belles découvertes. Et donc, je vais passer la parole à notre animatrice par excellence, Madame Kelly Ronan. Elle va partager les deux plateformes avec nous. Kelly Ronan, over to you.
Thank you, merci bien, Erin et Marianne. It was very nice to hear that whole introduction in French. I spend almost none of my time listening or working in French, and I miss it. And it was lovely to hear all that. So I'll just quickly share my screen and get started here and introduce myself and my colleague. Just bear with me for a minute here. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us today. I'm here to talk to you about EcoPro 3 et mon réseau ma vie 1 et 2. My name is Kelly Ronan, and I work at Pearson, the publishing company, the publisher of these resources. My role here, I work on a team called Customer Success. And as you may guess, the goal of this team is to ensure some customer success with using our resources. So for us, a customer is not necessarily the district personnel who may have purchased this resource. Our customer is the people who are literally using these resources in the classrooms. So it's you, the teachers, and it's your students. So my team, we have a commitment to ensuring success. We want to hear your successes if you ever care to reach out to us to let us know how it's going. We also want to hear about your challenges because we would love to remove those challenges for you. So, i.e., help you. So I've got my contact information there on the first slide. My role here is to help you. So please do reach out at any time if you need any help. And that help might be technical help. How do I get logged in? How do I navigate? I don't know. I can't find the line masters or the videos won't play. It might be technical. But the help you need might also be pedagogical, or, what does this part of the lesson do, or where can I find the assessment? Any questions you have, please do reach out to me. If I can't answer your question right away, I can connect with colleagues and authors and editors who can answer the questions for you. I'm joined today on our call by my colleague Heather Fisher. So Heather is the account executive for your school district, and she's also the Ontario Regional Sales Manager. So all of the Ontario school districts ultimately get to connect with Heather. She is a great resource for you. So Heather, I'm so sorry I didn't put your email address on the slide today when I was building this. Sorry.
That's okay, Kelly. I'm going to add it in the chat. So
Great.
Nice to meet everyone. Bonjour tout le monde.
Great idea. Great. Thank you, Heather. Good stuff. Okay, so let me, so we already talked about who has experience with EcoPro, and I forgot to state off the very top, I am very happy to hear questions from you throughout this presentation. This is super informal, so please don't be shy to open your microphone and speak. I will hear you right away in my earbuds, or if you would prefer to use the chat, you're welcome to do that. And secondly, I do speak French, je parle français, alors si vous voulez vous exprimer en français, please do go ahead and speak in French. I will certainly understand you. My comfort level is speaking in English at the moment, but I'll dip into French here and there. And but if that's where your comfort level is, please do speak to me in French. I will certainly understand you. And I might even try my best at responding in French. I'll find some confidence. So we heard that you don't have a ton of experience yet with EcoPro or Mon Réseau Ma Vie. So the goal today is really for me to show you, I think I have that on the next slide. Oh, I don't. Do I? Yeah. So before I get to that slide, the login information, if you need to know how do I get logged in, you are more than welcome to reach out through Erin's admin assistant. That her email address is in the chat. Or if you wish, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. I also have the list of usernames and passwords for your district. So, or reach out to both of us and see who answers first. The goal here is to get you the information you need as quickly as you need it. So, don't be shy to reach out. It's important that you get logged in and that you start using the resources. The goal today for me is to log in and walk you through the two different online platforms. I will make sure that you're comfortable finding all of the teacher components that are embedded in these resources. And I'll show you how easy it is to navigate and get through all of the student book material and the student media material. So there are media files. So what I mean by media is audio, video, interactive media elements, games and such. So I'll make sure you're comfortable finding those elements. And very importantly, the line masters. The line masters are the worksheets or the activity sheets that your students will be doing. And we provide those to you through the teacher folders and teacher documents that are embedded. So let me get out of PowerPoint and go over to our online component. So this is the website where you will go to log in. You will click the login button and you'll input your school. We have different usernames and passwords for the different schools. So you will input that information. I've just logged in already, so I'll just open that window. And once you log in, you'll be on what we call the bookshelf. So you will see your if you see ICO 1 on your bookshelf, it is expired. Some of the accounts do not even have it showing, but if you do happen to see it, it's grayed out. That level resource has already expired and you don't have access to it anymore, but you do have access to ICO Pro 3 and Mon Réseau Ma Vie 1 and 2. Typically, and I say typically with air quotes because it's not necessarily universal, but typically in Ontario, EcoPro 3 is used in grade 6 and Mon Réseau Ma Vie 1 is used in grade 7 and Mon Réseau Ma Vie 2 is used in grade 8. But do take that with a grain of salt. You are going to have a look at these resources and see how they suit your students and your classrooms and your teaching. From a curriculum point of view and an expectations point of view, outcomes, that's grades. So these would be grades 6, 7, 8 matching curriculum. So let's spend a few minutes navigating through EcoPro 3. So you simply just click on the either the book title page or that little continue button if you've already been in here and you're continuing to explore. If you've already opened a resource and you come back into it another day, it will open to the page that you last visited. It doesn't open to the front. So you can see here that I'm deep into the book already onto this page. I'm going to show you how to navigate back to the beginning and use this as a lesson for how to navigate. So as a teacher, the first thing I would do when I open up one of these books, because I assume you're going to be projecting these in your class, whether your class is a virtual classroom or an in-person 3D classroom, you're going to share these and project these with your students. So I would visit the left-hand toolbar and draw your attention to the bottom icon, and the little pop-up button there says Afficher les paramètres. So this is to set your settings. So I would open your settings because in here, this is where you have an opportunity to switch this over to double page view, 2-page view. Now that is, if you're thinking about a book, you open a book and you see a left and a right page naturally by opening the book. And in my opinion, I think that's how you're going to want to project these pages. The zoom slider here up at the top, which I do want to just call out. It's so funny that zoomer is the French translation to zoom. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's not accurate. That's somebody that just stuck an ER on the end of an English word. But anyway, it might be slangy at this point. I'm not sure even how I would say zoom all, well, enlarge. Anyway, let's not get caught up in the language here. The zoom slider allows you to, so if I just drag it, I'm zooming in, or you can click the little plus button. Oh, there, it has it in French there, gros plan or vue d'ensemble. I don't know, that seems a bit excessive, but anyway. So the first thing I do is switch it over to double page view and I zoom it out all the way. I close the settings. Now you are looking at left and right and you're seeing the whole page, the whole spread all in one go. Now you might be looking at that and you're thinking, well, the words are awfully small. And if I'm projecting this in class and I have students sitting far in the back, they might not be able to read these words. And you're right, but typically at the start of a lesson, you're not necessarily diving right into the reading right away. You might be doing a page view. What do we think this lesson might be about? What is today's topic? Let's have a look at what we're seeing. Somebody tell me something about these images or the title that's nice and large. So depending on where you are in your lesson, you're going to play around with that zoom level throughout your lesson, zooming in and out. So here we are. The page is sort of set up with the settings the way I prefer to have it every day. Now I'm going to go back to that left-hand menu or toolbar, and up at the top or towards the top is the table of contents, la table des matières. So I'm going to click that and show you that all of the modules of EcoPro 3, so there are 5 of them, all of the modules are included in this login, in this digital book, all 5 modules. And let me scroll down here in the table of contents and show you that we've also included les livrets. So these are storybooks. These are standalone, sort of like literature, like they're like really engaging, funny, sometimes stories, standalone stories. There are 4 of them. So you see them here, Des inventions incroyables, Où est Théo, and Mes aventures en plein air. And we give them to you in 2 different formats, a sans text version, a wordless version where the whole book has all of the imagery, but no words on the pages. And then of course the regular version. The 4th type of livret that we've included here is called EcoMag. So every level of EcoPro includes a magazine. So these are really highly engaging stories. They are mostly nonfiction, and they are short, right? They're just a spread, like a typical magazine. Every time you turn, you're onto a different topic, a different story. So super engaging there. So I'm actually just going to scroll back up to the top and open module 1. We were in module 5. That's the one that's highlighted there or bolded. So this book opened to module 5, page 16. So let me start at the beginning at least and click on module 1. And it will navigate there to the beginning of module 1. I'm just going to close the table of contents and just really quickly show you how to navigate within a module, within the pages. It's very, very straightforward. The arrow keys down at the bottom toolbar will show you how to navigate forward and backward. So here we are just scrolling through the pages of module 1. I've landed here on a page, and when I look at the title up at the top, it says Explorons sans texte. So periodically throughout these modules in the digital world, not in the print world, we've included blank pages. The next page I will show you is the same page with the text. It's the worded pages instead of the wordless pages. We typically include those wordless pages on spreads such as graphic story. So where there might be speech bubbles or like a graphic story. And the reason we provide them for teachers, certainly you can skip over those blank pages. There is no specific lesson built around a blank page, and there is nowhere in your teacher guide that will advise you or instruct you to navigate to the blank page. But we put them in there for the teachers that want them. And some teachers want them because they love to do predicting activities, or they love to do maybe like write our own story or write our own poem or write our own speech bubbles type of activity. These are sort of extra. They're not in your teacher guide. They're not part of the lesson plans, but they're there for you if you choose to use them. I will just go back to the blank page and kind of warn you a little bit here. On these pages, you don't have a way of typing or inputting in any way. These are like images of pages. There's no way for you to type. So if you are wanting to engage in an activity where students are perhaps filling in speech bubbles or writing their own maybe captions for these images or titles for these images, you would have to do that like a separate outside of this e-text. You would have to open a digital document or literally on a piece of chart paper on the wall. So we provide the page here, but no way for you to input. As you're looking at these pages now, let me just keep clicking forward a little bit here so you can see what some of these pages are as I click. I would like to just quickly draw your attention to the box. Oh, here's another blank one. Down at the bottom, we have let me get on one that doesn't have an A, and I will explain that A in just a minute. So we have the page numbers are in the box, this box down at the bottom, and it looks really funny because there's some letters and there's some numbers and there's an underline and everything else. Now, I just want to quickly explain that. This program, I'll go back to our table of contents and remind you that this program comes with 5 different modules, and these were print books first. And so every print book starts over at page 1. So module 1 has page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Module 2 has page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so if you were to just look, if we just put 6 and 7 in this box, it's not telling you what module you're in. So we put the M1 with the underscore to indicate this. You're in module 1, page 6, module 1, page 7. So you kind of have to get a little bit familiar and comfortable with those M1, M2, M3, M4, M5, and it will be a bit clearer to you, where you are and where you're trying to navigate to using the modules. So that's how you navigate. It's very straightforward. You can navigate through your table of contents or just quite frankly through the arrow keys down at the bottom. Now, these digital books are exactly the same page for page as the print books. So if you are in a situation where you have print books in your classroom and you are projecting these digital pages up on a screen, nothing moves or changes or reflows in any way. So it makes it pretty easy for your students to follow along in the print world if they've got the same thing up on the screen in the digital world. But where the digital does differ is in the icons and media that we embed on these pages. So I'm looking at a page now and I can see an icon up here in the top left corner. It is a speaker icon. And when I hover my mouse, it says Écoutez la lecture du texte. So listen to the reading of this text. So this is an audio file that allows students to listen to a read along. So let me play it very quickly.
Voici mes amis. Moi, Carlos, Bovin, Kesha, Allison, Samantha. Nom, Christian. Âge, 11 ans.
Okay, so we're not going to listen to the whole file, but I did want you to know that we recorded all of these pages in a studio, a recording studio. We have a whole bunch of different voices. We have adults and we have children. Your students are going to hear different people speaking French, and that's super important to them that they don't only hear their teacher all year long. It's really good to be exposed to different accents and to hear the different ways that people speak French with different sounding accents. So that's one thing, is that these are actual humans reading these to your students. And the other thing I just wanted to let you know about this the player, I guess you call it, is you can move it. You can use your mouse to pick it up and drag it out of the way. So if it's covering up something that, is important and that your students need to be able to see, then you're projecting, you can use your mouse to drag it and push it off to the side or something. So that is one type of audio file you're going to run into, and you'll see them if you hover your mouse. Usually those audio icons are towards the top, up near the title. And if you hover your mouse, it simply says Écoutez la lecture du texte. I'm going to scroll forward and find another audio icon that refers to a listening activity. And I can see one right here on this page. So this is a different audio icon. And when I hover, it says Activité d'écoute. So this is certainly one of the 4 elements of learning a language, is listening to an oral activity. The students will need to do something here. This is an actual activity, but it's something that they will be listening to and doing at the same time. So perhaps teachers will be handing out a worksheet that goes along with this listening activity, or a line master. Perhaps teachers will be instructing students to listen and follow along with the images or words on the pages. This will all be explained to you in your teacher guide, in your lesson plan, but this is where you find the listening activity. So let's just have a quick listen.
Pareil ou différent? Qu'est-ce qui est pareil? Qu'est-ce que les amis aiment faire? A.
Salut Aaron.
Hey James, ça va?
Oui, ça va. Tu veux jouer au basketball samedi matin?
Okay, so this is an example of a listening activity where students are going to be listening and doing something. I don't know what they're doing in this particular one, but it will show you in your teacher guide. There's one other type of file in media file, and I'm just going to scroll through and see if I can find it. It's a video. So these modules come with a video file as well, and there are lessons built around the video. And it's a video that our authors have written, and we filmed and shot the videos with Canadian students. So of course I'm not quickly finding it. I'm so sorry. If I don't find it in the next page or 2, I'm going to let you find it when you get to log in and scroll through. I don't want to waste too much time. Okay, I haven't found it. That's enough scrolling. So I'm sorry, I don't know which page it's on, but you will, as you get through your lessons, you will come upon a video lesson, and sometimes you'll be spending more than one lesson using the video, and all of that, of course, is explained in your teacher guide. So, speaking of teacher guides, where is the teacher guide in this whole online component? Well, go back to your table of contents, les tables des matières, and up at the top are all of the student modules and storybooks. And I'm just scrolling down to show you an important folder that's down towards the bottom. It's called Le Coin de l'Enseignant, the Teacher's Corner. I'm just going to open that or expand it by clicking the little arrow and let you know that these are your teacher documents here in the table of contents. The overview is a really important document that I hope you can find the time to read. This program overview contains the pedagogy of the EcoPro series. So it tells you all about let me just get to the table of contents of this document. Here we are. So it tells you all about the framework for teaching and learning. What are the principles of this program, the instructional framework? Where is the assessment in this program, and how is it dealt with? How can teachers manage some differentiation in this using this program? So all of this is explained here in the program overview. It's about 100 pages long, so it's not a short read, but I do hope that you can find the time to have a read because it's a really important document. Just as a reminder, and so that was a PDF, by the way, so you can print that or download it and save it if you don't want to read it online here. So that's the program overview in your Teacher's Corner. The next document are the lesson plans. We call them teaching notes. So they're divided here between the modules and those booklets, those livrets. Those livrets also include teacher material. So you could just read the book with your students or read it to your students as an engagement, but you could have a look at the lesson, the teacher material that comes with it, and see how you could use this in an instructional way over and above an engaging activity. So module 1, let's just have a quick look at Mes amis, ma vie. So this is the teacher guide for the module. The lessons, I'm going to scroll quickly here past all of the beginning front matter of the teacher material, but you will have a look at it because, this gives you the whole assessment plan for the module. Where are the different curriculum expectations being met? Where are the different opportunities for assessment, for learning, of learning, as learning, formative and summative? Every module ends with a culminating task for your students, which is an action-oriented task. So please do have a read through. This explains what is the culminating task for this module. But I am getting straight to the lessons just to show you we're almost there. That's a lot of scrolling. I'm so sorry. I should have just jumped to the page. Here we go. Lessons 1, 2, and 3 will be spent on the page titled Explorons, which is student book pages 2 and 3. So you're going to be spending 3 lessons on this spread. We tell you that there is a learning goal for each lesson. And then here we are. Here is the lesson itself. It's kind of prescriptive. It's sort of word for word. We tell you what to do and what to say and how to get through these activities. Teachers, we hear from teachers and they tell us that in the first year that they're implementing a series or a program like this, they love to just follow it word for word and literally do what the authors are saying. But then as they get to know the program, teachers just naturally make it their own. They know their students, they know the program after a couple of years, they know how to teach certainly, and they will use this as more of a guide as opposed to a recipe. So you figure out what your needs are and just know that this is where you find the lessons. The lessons are always divided into 3 parts, like we have a warm-up, we have a contextualization section, and then we will have a consolidation section here. Oops, a wrap-up. So there's always these sections and parts to the lessons. If there is a listening activity in the lesson, I don't think I saw, sorry, I'm going to go back up to the top. And it'll tell you in the materials list if there is anything that you need. So this will tell you need student book pages 2 and 3. You need fiche de stratégie 1. So a fiche is our French word for line master. So we have les fiches de stratégie, les fiches d'activité, and les fiches d'évaluation. So it will tell you what you need. If there's a listening activity or a video, it will be listed up here too. So that will be part of the lesson materials. So if you're wondering, well, where do I find those fiches, the lesson, the worksheets. I'm going to leave this document open in its own window, and I'm going to go back to my tab where the book was. And here we are back in the teacher's corner. So we looked at the overview, we looked at the teaching notes, and next up we have les fiches. So we have les fiches de stratégie and les fiches d'activité, fiches d'évaluation. So when you click these, you can have a look at what your options are for opening them. So you can open modifiable Word documents, which means you are a teacher that wants to get in there and type and modify and personalize it for your students. You want to add things or subtract things from what we've provided. If that's the case, open the Word format. If, on the other hand, you want to just use the document as we've written it, then you will open the non-modifiable PDF format. So both of these documents are downloadable, printable, savable. If you want to put them in your Google Classroom or put them somehow deliver them to students digitally, you can do all of that. These are files just like any other file that you would have, a Word file or a PDF file. So these are your line masters, your fiche. And then last but not least, under this, at the bottom of this list of table of contents, under the Coin de l'enseignant, we have a multimedia folder. So instead of navigating through the pages like I just did to try to find the video, you could just go to the multimedia folder and look at all of the media that we've included. We've just sort of taken it out of the context of the lessons, and we've put them here in easy clickable links so you can get there quicker. I did forget to mention that we also have songs. So every module comes with a song and a video and multiple listening activities and read aloud of the text pages. So those read alouds, the écouter la lecture du texte, those are not here in the multimedia folder because you really do need to be looking at those, listening to those in the context of the page itself. Students are meant to be reading along as the audio is playing. So you do need to navigate to the pages, but the other media files are all gathered here into the multimedia folder. Okay, so that is EcoPro navigating in a nutshell. So your student book pages contain media files. Your table of contents is how you find all the modules and the storybooks. And in the table of contents is how you find your teacher material, your teacher documents. Is that, I'm thinking of moving on now to Mon réseau ma vie. Before I do, I just want to check in. Are there questions or comments? Anything in the chat?
I'm not seeing any questions in the chat, but we'll pause for a second and see before we move on to Mon réseau.
Yep.
Thanks.
Thanks, Heather.
Okay, all quiet. You're more than welcome to open your mics, everybody, if you want to speak. Don't be shy, please. So I'm to close this book and go back. Oh, is someone speaking?
Sushil. Yeah, it's a very informative, and I'm the beginner, but actually my area is mathematics. But suddenly I have developed the taste for this language.
Good.
And you'll be surprised to listen all these things. The last year in February, somebody called me that, oh, could you come to our school? I said, yeah, definitely, I'll be there. And when I went there, they said, oh, we don't have a teacher for French. Could you stand there? So you can see that what was the situation. It was a very hard time. Yes. But along with the kids, I started learning. I said, wow, this why I was in mathematics. I should be here.
That's fantastic.
So I developed the taste for that and start learning with the kids. And then I bought the grammars and everything, 3-4 books. So for the last 1 year, I've been learning this language. And every day, almost 20 minutes or 30 minutes I spend on that.
Wonderful.
Oh, yeah. So I'm planning to take the test for university, and because that's for the admission. But I don't know what will happen, but I will definitely get into that.
Wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that. Well, I'm glad you're here today to have a look at these classroom resources. So when you do start to use them with your, are you using them already with your
I
students?
know, I'm
No,
just new to this place, so that's why I saw, oh, there is a meeting over there. Why not to register? I don't know much, but let's see
great.
what they
I'm
say. So,
glad. I'm glad
uh,
you're here. That's fantastic.
and thank you very much. It's really informative for me. This very
Good.
informative and making me very comfortable. I can see that I can use when I go for supply or something. I can
Yep.
use the resources over there.
Wonderful. Well, I'm glad you're learning French. That's fantastic. It's not easy to learn something new as an adult, so good luck with that.
Oh,
And
thank you.
yeah, I hope you have some success. Please do reach out. You've got my email address in the chat
Yeah,
there
thank
if you
you.
want to. Yeah, please do.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
Yep.
before I was learning German language,
Okay.
and then I said, oh, I think when I can do this, why not to do other language? So then I shifted to this one. The principal said, just go for it.
Yes.
I'll give you the sport. I said, okay, you give me the sport. I'll be comfortable to stand there and I can do something. He
That's
said,
a
okay, we'll
great.
give you the sport. When they give you the sport, then I making little small worksheet words here, there,
Yep.
and started getting the track. So I hope
Wonderful.
it, I will stay there.
I
And these
hope
kind
so
of
too.
documents will help me to stand in the class. And
Yep.
definitely, thank you very much.
Very
I don't
good.
know.
Very
I
good.
think thanks is not enough for this.
Well, I hope you have some success with this. I really do. Yep.
Thanks again. Good night.
Okay. Thank you. So let me just quickly spend the next couple of minutes on the Morezo resource. We don't have to do such a deep dive because it is set up in the exact same way. So I'm going to go, just follow my mouse over to the left-hand navigation menu toolbar. And the very top icon is your home button, Accueil. When you click that, yeah, it's going. It'll take you back to the bookshelf where all of your books are listed. So this is where we opened EcoPro 3. I'm going to scroll down and open Morezo Ma Vie 1. And just give you the highlights of how this series is a little bit different. Now, the platform is the exact same. So here we are at the start of the Morezo Ma Vie book. I'm going to click the settings, switch it over to double page view, zoom out all the way. So this is just a natural thing that I do every time I open up a digital book because I like it to be in two-page view. I'm going to open the table of contents and show you that all of the student modules are included. In this level, there are only 4 modules. And there are no storybooks at this level. So the EcoPro series included those livrets and the magazine. This level does not include those. So we have the student modules. We also have the table, the Coin de l'enseignant, the teacher's corner here, and the multimedia folder. This, I'm going to let you know, this folder here, the guide de démarrage, we actually need to remove that folder. It is old. It was a help document, but all of the information in there is out of date because we've updated the platform. It was help like how to navigate and how to find everything, but we've updated the platform and those help documents are no longer helpful. So we will remove this folder. So just ignore it. So the Coin de l'enseignant and the multimedia folder and your student modules are all here in your in your table des matières. I'm going to show you very quickly a few differences in the media in this grade. So I'm going to navigate just by scrolling through a few pages and let you know. So this also, we have word list pages for teachers who want to use them, or they can just skip right over them and get to the regular worded page, the page with words. Now, in this series, we have audio icons up at the top. Now, these audio icons are only listening activities. They are not the read aloud of the words on the page. These are strictly listening activities, oral activities for your students. So those are found here at the top. If you do want the read aloud, we have included it. I just want to draw your attention to where it sits. In the bottom left, we have a headset icon, and that is le livre audio, sort of like your playlist. If you open it and press play.
Les edamame, ça donne de l'énergie.
Du hummus avec du pain pita, c'est savoureux.
C'est savoureux. I love the way she says that word. So this is where you find the read aloud of the words on the pages. That's down here in this playlist, this headset icon down at the bottom. All of the audio files, icons that are on the pages are listening activities. So it's the same thing. You play it.
Mes collations préférées.
You can move it around.
Ah, moi c'est Steven. J'ai des activités à...
So that is the same as the EcoPro series. I'm going to turn the page and show you a few different icons that are on these pages. So this one has an audio activity called Au Restaurant. I'm just going to hover here. This has a video and an activité interactive. So let's play the video. That was an easier one to find than EcoPro. There's quite a few videos in this program.
Ah, qu'il fait chaud, j'ai soif. On s'achète une boisson rafraîchissante.
Okay, so this is just an example of a type of video that we've scripted. You know, our author team, these are instructional videos. I mean, they're certainly engaging and entertaining, but there are instructional elements to these videos. They are shot with Canadian students that we have pulled from Canadian classrooms, and we have some teachers and adults in these videos as well. I'm going to close that. So that's available through the video icon. The activité interactive is something new at this level that we've included here for students. So there are quite a few of these sort of drag and drop. We have multiple choice or like fill in the blank or card sorting or Venn diagrams. We have a whole bunch of different interactive activities that students can do and teachers. So you can project these and you can do them whole class, or students can do them, if you have centers set up, you can log in and set up the computers so students can do them this way. There are always multiple pages to these activities, so do keep an eye on the bottom corner. It'll tell you how many pages are included. I often get emails from teachers saying, oh, Kelly, we love those games, but they're so short. And I'm like, oh, you need to look at the bottom and see how many pages are included in the activity, because sometimes it goes up to like 6, 7, 8 pages. So these are... they are not meant as assessment or evaluation. These are truly the nature of these activities are their engagement for students. They are practice for students. We have no way of knowing if you do have students completing these activities in centers or in class. You as a teacher are not getting any kind of report from this platform that tells you how a student did. If you really, really want to know how a student did, what you can do is have them sort of fill it out, and then up in the top right corner, there is a print button. So it's kind of old school, but if you are insistent on knowing the student's progress or what they've responded to the questions, you can ask them to print it out and put their name on it and hand it in. But keep in mind that these truly are meant as practice. There's plenty of assessment and evaluation opportunities in this program, plenty. So you don't necessarily have to use these as assessment. This link here, this PDF document is called Culture. So when you open it, it is a culture capsule. It is a quick little read that you as a teacher can read together with your students, and it's related to some element of the francophone culture. This one happens to be related to food. Qu'est-ce que les ados antillais mangent? So what do teenagers in the Antilles eat? So it's just meant as a quick little snapshot related related to Francophone culture, and this is truly directly related to the curriculum. There is a culture component in your curriculum, and we've really called it out here by using this culture icon. I'm going to turn the page because there's one more icon for you to get familiar with, and it's in the next lesson. So we have a new audio activity, we have a new interactive activity, and we have something called démo langagière, démonstration langagière. This is a grammar language demo. So let me just show you what it is. It's a short little 2 or 3 minute kind of a video. It's a video that was made with PowerPoints.
Mon réseau, ma vie. 1. On est en forme.
J'observe la langue et j'apprends. La négation.
So this one's about la négation.
As-tu la confiance nécessaire pour exprimer la négation? Voici des explications pour t'aider.
J'aime la tomate.
C'est une phrase affirmative.
Je n'aime pas.
So we won't watch the whole video, but I think this gives you the idea that, so if your students just need or want, or if you just want to project a short little mini grammar lesson, we've embedded them here throughout these modules. The lessons themselves are not typically a grammar focused lesson, but the grammar and the language is built into, they're learning it in the context. But if they could benefit from a quick pulling out of that context and just having a quick lesson on la négation, here it is, it's 2 or 3 minutes. It's just another way to ingest the same information that they'll be doing la négation in these lessons anyway. So those are the media elements that come at this grade level. So there's listening activities, videos, interactive games, and language demo snapshots. One more word about the teacher material in this program. So over here in the table of contents down at the bottom, of course, we have the Teacher's Corner where you can find your teaching notes, your program overview, and your worksheets. Now, these are documents that encapsulate the entire module. So this is the teaching notes for all of Module 1, all of the fiche d'activité for Module 1. If you just want those documents lesson by lesson instead in smaller sized chunks, you can have a look at these icons that appear on every page down at the bottoms of the pages. These are teacher icons. So the first one is your teaching notes. So these are the teaching notes just for pages 8 and 9. We've taken them out of the teacher guide and just put them here for you in a little digestible chunk of teacher material. So those are your teaching notes for this page. We also give you some slides for this page. So let me show you what that's all about. So our author team, when they were putting have I opened the right one? Yeah. When they were putting together the teacher material for these resources, they were told when they spoke to teachers that the teachers spend a lot of time making slides for their lessons and for their classes. So we've put together some slides that we think you might use in this lesson. You don't have to use them, but if you have a look at them and find that some of them are helpful or useful to your students or to you, you don't have to spend time making these slides. Our author team has done that for you. So do always have a look at the slides that are included here. Oops, let me get back to my window here. Under this diapo link here, the PowerPoint diapo, and have a look at them. If you find them useful, then by all means, project them during your lesson. And then the fiche is the third and final teacher icon. So these are the line masters that are just for this lesson, so not for the whole module all at once. That is it. So these two platforms are very, very similar. You've got your settings at the bottom. You've got your table of contents at the top. You have your student book pages and your media icons scattered throughout. And as well, we have the media folder, multimedia folder at the bottom where we pull all of those media elements and just stick them in this folder for quick and easy access. That's everything. That is it. 1 minute to spare here.
Amazing. Well, we wait to see if any questions come in through the chat or if anyone wants to unmute. Out of curiosity, are the media icons identical in Mon Réseau Ma Vie 2 as they are in 1?
Yes, that's a great question, and I'm glad you asked it. And the answer is they are identical. No changes between the two levels. Yep.
Super.
I see a question might be coming in the chat, so if we could just wait with bated breath.
I love when we see that typing.
Yes. So in terms of how to access, the question was about how to access the material.
Yes.
Let me Kelly, did you want to take that? The other.
Yes, I'm happy to. Yes. So every school has a different username and password. So what you need to do is either email me. I think all of our contact info is in this chat. My email is in the chat, or you can also email Erin's admin assistant. I can't quite remember how to pronounce her name. I'm sorry.
Lakshmi Subramaniam.
Thank you, Erin. Yeah, so either of us can help you get logged in. We can send you the URL and we can send you the username and password. You just have to let us know what school you're at. Oh, thanks, Heather.
D'autres questions dans la boîte de clavardage, Marianne?
I see something else popping up.
Okay.
So.
Erin, that's my learning for the day. I never knew how to say chat en français or the chat box. So it's la boîte de...
Well, you can say le chat, because it's le chat aussi au québécois, mais boîte de clavardage.
Clavardage. Alors, clavarder, c'est un verbe, on clavarde. Yeah. Got it.
Perfect. So it's just a very much thank you, Kelly, and thank you, Heather, and thank you for all of this.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm happy to be here. So please reach out if anyone has any help. Thanks for attending the session today. And good luck. Good luck.
Super. Alors, moi aussi, je vous remercie. Avant de quitter, Marianne, est-ce que tu peux déposer le sondage? On sera vraiment reconnaissant d'avoir vos rétroactions. Donc, on va vous sonder. Il y a un sondage. Marion va déposer le lien au sondage dans la boîte de clavardage. Et si vous pouvez prendre 1 minute pour le remplir, on sera très reconnaissant. Otherwise, thank you. Very informative, comprehensive, easy to follow presentation. I think folks will find the recording, which will be shared in the follow email, to be very helpful if they want to revisit some pain points as they begin exploring the resource and dive a little deeper. So thank you both for being with us this evening.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Good job, Kelly.
Yeah. Have a good night,
you.
everybody.
Thanks for having us.
Yep.
All right. Have a good evening. Bye.
Bonne soirée.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Merci. Bonsoir.
See you. Sure.